Welcome to another part of our lecture series. This time we will discuss the types of speeches according to the manner of delivery. People engage in the art of speech creation with a multifaceted approach, tailoring their messages to serve diverse purposes and employing various methods of delivery to enhance their communicative impact. Within the intricate tapestry of public speaking, speeches are broadly categorized into two major types, those delineated by their overarching purpose and those distinguished by specific delivery styles. While purpose-driven speeches encapsulate informative, persuasive, and entertaining categories, our focus today shifts toward exploring the intriguing spectrum of speech types based on delivery. Identifying speech according to delivery is vital for understanding how speakers shape their messages. Different delivery styles, whether planned or spontaneous, significantly impact audience engagement and message reception. This awareness allows speakers to adapt their approach to diverse contexts, maximizing the effectiveness of their communication. There are four types of speeches according to delivery, and they are the following: manuscript speech, memorized speech, impromptu speech, and extemporaneous speech. Let's start with the manuscript speech. Reading from a manuscript, also known as a manuscript speech, is done when a speaker reads a prepared text or manuscript to the audience. The manuscript may be prepared by someone else or by the speaker himself or herself. This is usually given when the manuscript will be part of an official record wherein extremely careful wording is required. Most of the time, a manuscript speech is delivered over a podium or a lectern. The following are some of the advantages and disadvantages of reading from a manuscript. Some of the advantages are: 1. No single and essential words are left out. 2. All significant points are covered and conveyed. The disadvantages are: 1. The speech may sound mechanical or forced and unnatural. 2. The audience may quickly get bored or uninterested. 3. The speaker is limited in his or her use of nonverbal cues, or is unable to react to the audience's nonverbal cues. Reading is advantageous for many types of speaker, especially to the following: public figures. Public figures are usually constrained by a hectic schedule and sometimes require speechwriters to write a speech on their behalf. Media personalities. Speakers on radio and television conform with time limits. Because of this, they have to critically choose and refine the words of their speech in advance. Spokespersons for government and private organizations. These speaking roles require a great deal of contemplation and preparation. Since they represent the organization, careful construction and delivery of speech are essential. Effective communication is a skill that often requires careful planning and practice, especially when delivering a speech. When relying on a manuscript to guide your presentation, adherence to certain guidelines becomes crucial to ensure a smooth and impactful delivery. Here are some guidelines in reading from a manuscript. First, outline and write your speech well. Choose your words carefully to make your message clear. Crafting a well-structured speech begins with a meticulous outline that outlines the key points and logical flow of your message. The outline serves as a roadmap, ensuring that your speech unfolds coherently and logically. When transitioning from the outline to the written speech, focus on precision in language. Choose words with care, aiming for clarity and conciseness. Well-articulated thoughts not only enhance the comprehension of your audience but also reflect your command over the subject matter. Second, format your speech properly. Proper formatting is essential for a seamless reading experience. Consider these tips to enhance the readability of your speech. Indentation. Indent each paragraph to visually distinguish them and create a structured appearance. Limiting paragraphs to 2 or 3 per page prevents overwhelming your audience with dense text. Right margin. Avoid justifying the right margin, allowing words to be evenly spaced. This decision contributes to a cleaner layout, minimizing distractions and facilitating smoother reading. Double spacing. Double space between lines to provide a visual break and make it easier for your eyes to follow the text without feeling crowded. Single-sided pages. Opt for single-sided pages to prevent distractions or fumbling as you turn pages during your presentation. Font considerations. Choose a font type that is easily readable, and ensure the font size is large enough for comfortable reading. A clear, legible font contributes significantly to audience comprehension. Third, practice your speech. Although you will be reading your speech, it is still important for you to practice your speech and to be familiar with it. Familiarity with your speech is crucial even if you are reading it verbatim. Practice allows you to establish a comfortable rhythm, become familiar with the pacing, and identify potential stumbling points. Through repetition, you not only enhance your confidence but also ensure that the delivery remains engaging and dynamic. Fourth, vary your voice. Vary your volume, pitch, and intonation to emphasize important points and to express your feelings and attitudes. Monotony can diminish the impact of your speech. To keep your audience engaged, consciously vary your voice. Adjust your volume to highlight crucial information, modulate your pitch to convey different emotions, and vary your intonation to add depth and expression. This vocal variation not only captures attention but also emphasizes the significance of key points. Lastly, look at the audience from time to time. Do not read the manuscript word for word. Looking at the audience will allow you to connect with them even when you are reading from a manuscript. It fosters a sense of connection and engagement. While it's necessary to reference your manuscript, avoid the temptation to read it verbatim. Instead, glance at your notes periodically and focus on the audience. Direct eye contact conveys confidence, sincerity, and a genuine interest in communicating with your listeners. This connection, even while relying on a manuscript, enhances the overall impact of your speech, making it more relatable and resonant. Now, let's proceed to the second type of speech according to the manner of delivery. Memorized speech. A memorized speech requires you to commit your speech to memory. As with manuscript reading, you also run the risk of sounding mechanical during a memorized delivery. For this reason, keep your memorized speech short and work harder on your facial expressions and the tone of your voice. Unless you are an exceptionally proficient speaker, speaking from memory is usually appropriate for relatively short speeches such as when presenting or accepting an award, making an announcement, giving opening or closing remarks, or introducing a speaker. Here are the advantages and disadvantages of delivering a memorized speech. Advantages. 1. It may improve the speaker's memory. 2. It allows the speaker to plan his or her nonverbal cues. 3. It allows the speaker to concentrate on visual aids and props. 4. It develops a sense of confidence in the speaker. Disadvantages. 1. It takes a long time to memorize unless the speaker has a very keen memory. 2. It requires more effort to speak from memory than to read from a manuscript. 3. It can sound mechanical and unnatural since the speaker may tend to concentrate on remembering words that come next rather than on communicating their ideas to the audience. 4. It can break a speaker's train of thought and may cause embarrassment to the speaker when he or she forgets certain words or lines in the speech. Delivering a memorized speech can be a challenging yet rewarding endeavor, and incorporating effective tips into your approach is crucial for a successful presentation. Here's a breakdown of the importance of tips in delivering a memorized speech. 1. Keep it short. To make your speech easier to memorize, make sure that it is brief and concise. 2. Practice. Read your speech repeatedly so you can memorize the words and internalize the message. Practice your delivery as well. You can deliver your speech in front of a mirror and assess which nonverbal cues you can use. This way, you can also correct certain mannerisms you may have, such as slouching or fidgeting. 3. Visualize. Assign an image that you can easily associate with a word or part of the speech that you have trouble with. Doing so will allow you to quickly get back on track and remember the content when you recall the image. 4. Project your voice. Good voice projection can be achieved through proper posture and breathing. When practicing your speech, stand straight with your head up, take deep breaths, and project your voice toward the back of the room. Use pauses appropriately. A pause may create a dramatic effect or build suspense. It can also give the audience time to reflect on your speech. A memorized speech requires much practice and careful preparation. Practice your speech repeatedly until you have memorized it by heart. If you do forget a word or a small part of your speech, do not panic and take a deep breath. Give yourself time to recover. To buy time, you may engage the audience by asking them what your last point was or by using humor. Another type of speech according to delivery is extemporaneous speech. An extemporaneous speech is delivered with the speaker preparing a speech outline or notes beforehand. When giving this type of speech, the speaker does not read a manuscript word for word, nor does he or she memorize every word. Instead, the speech outline or prepared notes are used as a guide, and the speaker elaborates on it using his or her own words. Here are other characteristics of an extemporaneous speech. First, it sounds natural. The speaker uses a conversational tone since the speech is neither read verbatim nor committed to memory. Second, its exact wording is chosen while the speech is being given. Third, it gives the speaker the chance to practice the flow of the speech using the outline or notes. Fourth, it lets the speaker freely engage and interact with the audience. Fifth, it is flexible. It offers greater spontaneity, as the speaker may adapt to the situation, gauge the reaction of the audience, and elaborate, explain, or restate ideas as needed. In the dynamic landscape of public speaking, here are some invaluable pointers to consider when preparing and delivering an extemporaneous speech. These guidelines serve as a compass, providing direction and structure to your thoughts while ensuring a seamless and compelling delivery that captures the audience's attention. First, prepare the outline or notes. Note down your main points as well as the supporting details for each. Include keywords or key phrases that will serve as your guide for explanation or elaboration. Second, rehearse your speech using your outline or notes. Familiarize yourself with your notes so that you can internalize the flow of your speech. Note down what information you need to provide during the delivery. Third, speak in a natural manner. While delivering your speech, talk as if you are conversing with someone. Use shorter sentences and speak clearly in a friendly tone. Make eye contact with the audience and only look at your notes from time to time, such as when citing statistics, quoting an authority, or when you suddenly do not remember an essential idea. Lastly, pay attention to the audience's nonverbal cues. Be aware of these and respond appropriately. For example, if you see that they look confused, you may elaborate on an idea by giving examples or restating a point. The fourth and final type of speech according to delivery in our list is the impromptu speech. Unlike manuscript and memorized speeches, an impromptu speech is delivered with very little or no preparation. It is generally brief and unrehearsed since the speaker does not have time to practice the speech. The speeches you give throughout your life are mostly impromptu speeches. For instance, you may be asked to say a few words during an occasion, to recite in class, or perhaps you may want to refute or add to something your classmate has recited. Impromptu speaking is challenging since the speech is delivered spontaneously. The speaker does not have time to organize his or her ideas or to research information regarding the topic. The following are some strategies you may use so you can easily organize and develop your brief speech when you have to make an impromptu speech. 1. Opening rule of 3 clincher. This strategy entails having a compelling opening. In your opening, state your stand or the topic of your speech. Follow it up with the rule of 3, which means listing down 3 reasons that supports your opening. At the end, your clincher should summarize your points and wrap up your speech well. Example. Opening.
Every time I see homeless families, it breaks my heart. That is why I try to do at least 3 things for them.
Rule of 3.
First, I actively participate in organizing livelihood programs for these families. Second, I join different nonprofit organizations that raise awareness against poverty. Third, in my own little ways, I hold many activities to engage the kids from these families in basic literacy and numeracy.
Clincher.
These 3 simple activities help me achieve my vision of helping these homeless families.
2. Past, present, future. Another strategy that you can employ is the past, present, future strategy. Here, you can state analogies of a certain fact. This is the best strategy to use to showcase the improvement of something over time. For example,
in the past, I was not comfortable in delivering impromptu speeches because I could not easily think and organize what to say right away. Most of the time, it was due to extreme nervousness and lack of time to prepare. At present, however, I am more comfortable now in exposing myself in any speaking situation because of constant practice. In the future, I look forward to helping others to overcome their struggles in speaking in public.
Still another strategy in organizing an impromptu speech is point, reason, example, explanation, point. This strategy employs the use of recollection. You start your speech with your main point, then provide the reason behind it. Explain your reason to support your main point and then restate your main point. You can also integrate your conclusion with the last point. For example, point.
I love social networking sites.
Reason.
I love social networking sites because first, they help me reconnect with my old friends, and second, I am constantly updated with the happenings around me.
Example or explanation.
Through social networking sites, I can contact my old friends from all over the world. Through this, we can reminisce our memories we once shared together. Through the posts on these sites, I also learn about most of the current events concerning our country and other parts of the world.
Point.
Social networking sites are indeed beneficial. That is why I love and appreciate these sites so much.
In the spontaneous realm of impromptu speaking, mastering the art involves more than just quick thinking. It's about embracing a strategic approach. The following are some tips on delivering an impromptu speech. 1. Think first before speaking. Relax and take a deep breath. Pause for 2 to 3 seconds as you gather thoughts and reflect on what you want to say. Taking a moment to collect your thoughts is crucial in impromptu speaking. Deep breaths and brief pauses provide an opportunity for mental clarity, helping you articulate ideas more coherently. This deliberate pause also signals to the audience that thoughtful consideration precedes your words. 2. Consider the 3 major parts of a speech. Since you do not have time to make a detailed outline, think of a short introduction, body, and conclusion for your speech. While a detailed outline may not be feasible, a concise structure is essential. Briefly introduce your topic, provide key points in the body, and conclude with a summary or a call to action. This simple framework ensures your speech remains organized and easy for the audience to follow. 3. Identify your main point. Think of the main idea that you would like to convey to the audience. Then, build your speech around that main idea and provide supporting details, such as reasons or examples. Clarifying the central message is pivotal. Identify the core idea you want to convey, and structure your impromptu speech around it. Supporting details, whether in the form of reasons or examples, lend substance to your main point and enrich the overall content. 4. Use signposts. Help the audience keep track of your points by using signposts, such as, first, I would like to say, my second point is, or, finally, I would like to. Signposts act as navigational cues for the audience, creating a clear roadmap for your impromptu speech. Using transitional phrases helps maintain coherence, making it easier for listeners to follow the progression of your thoughts. 5. Keep your speech short. Impromptu speeches are generally short, so be mindful of the time and only say what is essential. Recognizing the brevity of impromptu speeches is crucial. Focus on delivering key points concisely and avoid unnecessary elaboration. Keeping it short ensures that your audience remains engaged and retains the essential aspects of your message. 6. Be confident. Speak with conviction and show confidence by acting and talking naturally. This way, the audience will be more likely to perceive you as a credible speaker. Confidence is a cornerstone of effective impromptu speaking. Projecting confidence not only enhances your credibility but also fosters audience engagement. Act naturally, maintain eye contact, and speak with conviction to establish a connection and capture the attention of your audience. In essence, these tips provide a strategic approach to impromptu speaking, emphasizing the importance of thoughtful pauses, structured content, a clear central message, effective transitions, brevity, and confident delivery. Integrating these elements enhances your ability to deliver a compelling impromptu speech with poise and impact. That's all for the types of speech according to the manner of delivery. See you in our next lecture video.